up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another reaction. We're taking a look at a band that was one of my favorites from back in the day when I was getting into the melodic metalcore sort of sound, the early 2000s sort of post-hardcore tone. We're talking about Crown the Empire. Ladies and gentlemen, they are back with a new single, but they're back in a way that you probably wouldn't expect. You know, they're returning with a duo, actually, which was kind of surprising to me because I thought this band was, you know, being successful. I thought they were doing okay, you know, doing the festivals, doing the tour lineups and shows, but I know like a year or two ago, the bass man that did like the sort of background screams throughout all these years that they've been in a band, you know, he left all of a sudden shortly. I don't know what the whole story behind that was. I don't know if there was like some controversy stuff behind the scenes, but he just went up and left the band, especially after just releasing that, you know, newest album that came out like a couple years ago or so, which was kind of heavy. You know, there was some heavy ones in there. You know, he was adding that aggression, he added that backbone to the band, I would say. But Andrew, like I said, from decades ago, he can do those screams, he can do those high screams like he used to do from back in the day. But ever since the bass man sort of started doing it, he kind of like, you know, kind of let him started doing the thing. But now that he's gone, I have no idea what's gonna happen. So he was more like a clean singer. So Andrew was more like more of the clean vocals. He was, but he can still do the dirty vocals when he wanted to. But it was mainly the bass man sort of thing. But I don't know. So I don't know what the deal is now. It seems like the drum man's gone as well. Another guitar player may have gone as well, and they don't have a bass. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't know what the whole story is. I don't know what happened to the band. I don't know why everyone went up and left. I thought they were doing okay, but I guess not. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. If you guys have any more information on these guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments, because I was actually wondering about these guys as of late, because we haven't really heard anything about them. It's been a while since I've heard any news about these guys. Like I'm sure they've been touring, you know, over the past couple years or so, but we haven't gotten really any new music or any new updates on these guys. So I was kind of wondering what the deal was, but it seems like they've been dealing with a lot of stuff, I'm guessing. So, but I'm glad to see that they're coming out with a newly released track. So this one can go either way, ladies and gentlemen. It can be heavy, it can be poppy, it could be that borderline mix between alternative and pop, mixed with a little bit of metal that some of their albums have. Ever since their, like, you know, Resistance album, you know, from back in the day, besides their, you know, most iconic one, the Fallout album, which was probably one of their best albums, not gonna lie. But ever since then, they've been doing that weird sort of weird alternative, that weird poppy sort of tone. I kind of fell off of them just because of that. But you know, over the past couple years or so, I've been reacting to them when they do drop some new release singles and stuff. I check them out, but judging by the past, you know, album, it was pretty heavy, so I might have to go back and check that one out. But like I said, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why the band members left the band, but we still got Andrew. I think we still got the main guitar guy in here, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what this one has to be, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get started, be sure to comment on, appreciate it, and to really help me out. And if you like Crown the Empire as well, be sure to like on this video as well. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some awesome music. We're just getting started on these heavy bangers, ladies and gentlemen. And also, very quickly, for those of you that don't know, I released my very first original track over on my channel. If you're a fan of the more hardcore metalcore side of things, with deep sounding tones, deep sounding breakdowns, you guys would definitely be a fan of this one. So be sure to go over there, check it out, let me know what you guys think, because if you like it, there's gonna be plenty more coming your way in the near future. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. It's Crown the Empire's newest release track, titled Raw.
All I wanna do is stop. Hate it when I can't
okay.
Crash my car into your lane. We go up in flames.
Starting off with electronic beats.
Always blowing up my spot. Every time you scream my name, I'm too old to act my age. I don't wanna change. Honey, take the wheel and drive. 90 in the pouring rain.
I always liked Andrew's, you know, clean vocals though. Can definitely do it. Wait, who are these guys? Are they the other band members? Or are they performing in a place that they shouldn't be at? Fish? Come on, man, they're just performing in front of a fish. What's the deal with that? There's nothing wrong with that. They're trying to get their fan base back. Very alternative, I would say. Especially with those overdriven guitars. Very different switch from what I'm used to. Wonder what happened though. These guys definitely hit it hard back in the day. Oh man, not Squidward. I wanna take my man out like that. Who's gonna run the cash register now at the crowd? Okay. Yeah, a little alternative lead in there. Very overdriven riffs. I can definitely say it's definitely gonna get some used to if they do come out with some new stuff, but I don't know if they keep this sort of genre going. I don't know, it might not be for me. Just gonna have to wait and see though. Isolated vocals. A little clean to end this track here. Man's got 2 fishes now. He's got a 2-man audience. I mean, that's a plus, right? I would say. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a very different change. Very different change, I would say, especially if you're fans of the old school stuff, like me, man, because they back in the day, they hit it hard. They hit hard with the old school melodic metalcore stuff, with the post-hardcore stuff, with those, you know, hard-hitting breakdown sort of thing. You know, that's the stuff I missed from these guys. But ever since, like I said, the Resistance album, they just went away from that, I would say. So, like, it's been a very dramatic change, I would say, especially for this band. But, yeah, like, I don't know what the deal is now. I don't know why all the band members left. I don't know why the bass man left. I don't know why the drum man left. They might have had another guitar player, you know, in there as well, but it's only Andrew, and then the main guitar guy, you know, left, I would say. So I don't know what the deal is. If you guys have any, you know, any news on what's happened, be sure to let me know down in the comments, because I would definitely like to know what happened to this band. But if they're going with this new alternative, more like poppy sort of, you know, genre kind of stuff, not gonna lie, I'm kind of gonna be out of this stuff, because it's not really my sound, it's not my genre. I can understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to be more mainstream. They're trying to, you know, be that radio rock friendly, you know, sort of tone to get more probably views and likes and listens on their track. Maybe they don't want to do metal anymore in a way. So I don't know what their plan is, but I can definitely, this one being sort of like a soundtrack, you know, anthem sort of, you know, song, and like, you know, like in the background of like a movie or a TV show or something like that. So I could definitely see what they're trying to go for, maybe. But like I said, it's not for me. It's not my type of genre. You know, it's not what I was expecting to come back and listen to these guys after like such a long time. So it is kind of disappointing in a way. But you know, they are doing their new thing, and then if you guys like it, you know, all power to you. But I just miss what they used to do from back in the day. and I'm sure a lot of old school fans probably feel the same way. But I don't know how that's gonna perform on live shows. I don't know what they're trying to go for in their live performances. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. But video side of things, very interesting, very weird, kind of like interesting story they were trying to tell. With them performing in front of the fishies, Squidward getting taken out mid half of the song there. So I don't know, it's very interesting. I like the kind of like dark and moody, kind of creepy. But yeah, the song though, I don't know if I can get behind this. But either way, I love these guys from back in the day. Like I said, that newest album, I didn't really check it out from a couple years ago. I just know they came up with the heavier sort of tonage on that one, like Dancing with the Dead. I believe that's one of the ones that's more heavier, more grittier, more raw, I would say. So I think I did react to that one when that one dropped. But either way, but like I said, like if this is the new tone, if the new age, if this is the new genre they're trying to chase for, all power to them. But it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I'm a metalhead. I'm a metalcore head, and I'm more like I like the heavier, I like the grittier, I like my breakdowns. So if this is what they're going for now, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna be looking into these guys, unfortunately, anymore. But I will check them out if they come out with new stuff. But if it's all gonna be this sort of genre, if there's gonna be this sort of sound, this sort of tone, it's not gonna be for me. But I'm still optimistic to see what these guys have to bring in the near future. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially new here. Who's going through a single bed challenge and money. You wanna miss out on a single one? Guarantee that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.